And welcome into this Thursday edition of FSU Weather. I'm student meteorologist Evan Regan. Let's get started. Looks like we have some high, thin, cirrus clouds right now with that sun peeking through. Right now we are mostly cloudy because of those clouds up in the atmosphere. 87, so a little bit cooler than we last checked, but I still have that southerly breeze at 13 miles an hour, kind of ushering in that moisture from the Gulf of Mexico. So we have widespread upper 80s around the Big Bend area, a little bit warmer in southern Georgia. Bainbridge is our hot spot at 92 right now, and we are cooler down by the coast, 83 at Apalachicola. We don't have a whole lot to see on that local radar right now. Maybe just a little bit of a sea breeze, but not too terrible right now. So we have those clouds in the atmosphere, but none of those are bringing any rain, which is a good thing. Tonight in Tallahassee, we are in the lower 70s, maybe even the upper 60s in some places, with a spotty overnight thunderstorm. Stormy but cooler this weekend in Tallahassee, tracking severe weather in the Midwest, may snow in the west, and record heat in the east. All that and more on FSU Weather. And surprise, it's me again. We have another live look at Doak Campbell Stadium at 6:02 right now. That sun is still, as we last saw it, still sitting over the stadium with the sun peeking through the clouds right now. 87 right now. And that'll cool off as we go further through the evening right now. We do have severe weather off to the north for places like Kentucky right now under a tornado watch until 9 or 8 o'clock this evening. But throughout much of the southeast, we don't have a whole lot of action going on, and we only have just like those high, thin, cirrus clouds going on in Tallahassee. That's really the extent of really anything significant right now in Tallahassee, which is a good thing. We were very hot today, even though those high and low temperatures are not coming in right now. We did get up into the lower 90s today, so another 90-degree day, but we are going to stay right about average for tomorrow, and we are going to cool off this weekend. Hopefully we don't come anywhere close to that 96 anytime soon, but that is actually going to be the case, but I'll show you that more in the 7-day forecast. So right now, we're sitting in the upper 80s throughout much of the area, cooler down by the coast in the lower 80s, and also we're sitting at 92 in Bainbridge. That's our hot spot right now, but again, that'll cool off as we go further into the evening. But we're still feeling that heat because of those higher dew points. Monticello is sitting at 104, so they're really roasting like a turkey right now. And Apalachicola and Sumatra also sitting in the 90s for that feels like right now, so they're pretty hot as well. And that's because we have those elevated dew points. Monticello is sitting at 75 on that dew point right now, so that's very high, very oppressive. Similar story in Apalachicola sitting in the 70s as well. Same thing for Sumatra, really that uncomfortable air mass because we have that breeze coming out of the south off the Gulf of Mexico, advecting that moisture northward onto land. So clouds will kind of dominate tonight. There also could be some patchy fog in the morning. Keep that in mind as well. And we can't rule out a stray shower or thunderstorm tomorrow with a greater chance over the I-75 corridor to our east. Places like Gainesville probably getting on some of that action tomorrow, but not for Tallahassee, which is a good thing. We do have a slight chance for a stray shower or thunderstorm tonight. None of those will be too significant. None of those will be severe, but generally staying in the lower 70s, maybe even the upper 60s, a little bit cooler. We are a little bit warmer down by the coast. We have that marine influence. Apalachicola is sitting at 75 overnight tonight. And for tomorrow, slightly cooler than today, middle to upper 80s, maybe even touching 90 in a few spots with partly cloudy skies. Looks like a good day to walk your dog tomorrow. Make sure you do it in the morning, though, because we're still going to have that humidity around tomorrow. So we want to make sure we do that in the morning before things get too uncomfortable in the afternoon hours. But for the week ahead, we have that shower and thunderstorm threat returning for Saturday and Sunday, so 50-50 chance. None of those will be washouts, but we want to keep that umbrella in hand for the weekend. Same thing for Monday as well, with the shower threat tapering off slightly as we go into the work week, but just a slight chance of a stray shower or thunderstorm. Now we pass things off to Brandon with a wider look at the southeast.
Yes, Evan, that is right. We're looking at warmth all across the southeast. Clemson, South Carolina, we are seeing 90 degrees right now. All these live looks have nice high cirrus clouds, a little bit hazy conditions as well, as we see. Tampa, Florida, 87, my hometown, beautiful Tampa, looking nice and roasted right now. Right, we also see temperatures in these 90s, 88 in Tallahassee, 89 in Atlanta, a little bit cooler in Miami, 84, but nice, warm, hot conditions. Also, a little bit different than what we have last week, because this week, right now, we have moisture. Dew points are up into the high 60s, 68 Tallahassee, 61 in Nashville, and 68 in Tampa. This moisture is partly due to this onshore southerly flow we see advecting from the Gulf of Mexico. This is bringing some tropical moisture into the area. The wind's looking at 13 in Tallahassee, 17 in Jackson, and we also see 14 in Charleston. And we can even see into central Florida, we see that sea breeze colliding and bringing some pop-up showers into the southern Florida counties and cities. And here we see on that radar those southern Florida radar showers from that sea breeze. Not too much going on in the southeast, though. We do have these high clouds moving in to Florida and clear conditions onto Georgia, South Carolina. But we do also see that severe threat just to the north as well. We see on this upper level water vapor that we have that tropical moisture being affected right into the central Florida, helping to bring moisture to those sea breeze thunderstorms as well. And on the drought side of things, we had some kind of drought onto the Atlantic coast, and some of these showers and storms will help a little bit with that. We have that sea breeze into the Florida on the next days into the weekend, and more showers and storms are expected into the weekend along the southeastern states. And here's that rainfall. We see where the most concentrated rainfall totals are going to be into the Florida cities where that sea breeze, again, is located at. We also see some scattered showers will bring also some rainfall totals into the other southeastern states as well. And for Orlando, it is not going to be the best weekend for a trip to Universal. We see chances of precipitation to 80% on Saturday, 20% on Sunday, and to temperatures into the 87 degrees Saturday, 91 on Sunday, and also on Monday, so nice warm temperatures as well. So not the best weekend for Universal, but a good weekend to stay inside and watch the rain outside your window. Now I'll pass it off to Evan for a great look at the National.
That's right. Thanks, Brandon. So we'll take one last look at those forecasts for tomorrow, sitting in the low to mid-90s for much of the southeast. But we'll take a look nationally right now. Much of the same story, especially for the southern tier of our country, still baking right now in Texas. They're roasting like a turkey as well. 94 in Dallas, 98 in San Antonio. So still really warm for this time of the year, and that'll move up towards the East Coast by the time we get to the weekend, but I'll show you that more in a second here. But let's take a wide look at that surface map right now. We have two areas of severe weather that we're watching right now, one in Minnesota working into Wisconsin, and also into places like St. Louis and Kentucky right now. We have tornado watches and severe thunderstorm watches ongoing right now because we have that enhanced risk of severe weather in both of those places, level 3 out of 5 for those areas today. Let's take a look at one of those areas right now. We have active severe thunderstorm warnings in those orange colors. We actually have an active tornado warning, right, including the metro area of St. Louis. So if you're in St. Louis right now, want to make sure we take cover from this right now and be in that safe place, lowest level of your home right now, because we do have that active tornado warning right now. And a similar story for places like Minneapolis, under a severe thunderstorm watch going into tonight, and further to the south of Minneapolis, right on the border of Iowa and Minnesota, we have an active tornado watch going through this evening. So please be careful. Make sure you have a way of getting those warnings. Similar story for tomorrow, but much kind of a lesser of a threat. Moving further to the east, places like Detroit under a slight risk, level 2 out of 5 for severe weather tomorrow. As we take a look quickly at that drought monitor, we have exceptional drought still along the New Mexico-Texas border right now, really fueling that wildfire threat. And we actually have active fire weather warnings for much of this area. The entire state of New Mexico under that fire weather warning right now. The western portion of Texas, much of Arizona, much of Colorado, which actually Colorado will be seeing some winter weather, believe it or not. I know we're heading towards the end of May, but we're going to have some active winter storm alerts right now. We have winter storm warnings in that purple color. That includes just the west of Denver in the Rocky Mountains. We also have winter storm warnings for places like Great Falls, Montana. So those warnings expire tomorrow at noon. These warnings expire Saturday at noon. So I'll get more into totals in a second here. But right now, and you might not think that snow is coming, because look at Denver. 86, 88 degrees on that thermometer today. So we want to make sure that even though it's feeling more like summer right now, we stay prepared for that incoming snow, because you might think, well, there's no way it could snow. It's 88 degrees right now, but no, it's coming. And here it comes, coming out of the Rocky Mountains. We'll dip all the way down into the lower 30s. Look at that, 31 on that thermometer. We dip even further down into possibly even the 20s by the time we get to Sunday morning. So we want to really make sure that we're staying careful and weather aware. Make sure you're driving slow. If you're driving in that snow, that's always a big issue. And here we go. This is why I'm putting so much emphasis on this. Places just the west of Denver could see over 2 feet of snow in the higher elevation. So we want to make sure that we're staying careful. Places in Montana could also see around a foot in the higher elevation. So please be careful. Drive slow if you have to go out. But as that colder air works its way towards the west, that warm air really surges into places like the Northeast, including my hometown of New York. So places like Philadelphia for the weekend, look at this, 97 for the high temperature on Saturday, plenty of sunshine. So make sure you have the air conditioners working. I know my parents are trying to put in those air conditioners this weekend, and this is why. Touching that 90-degree mark both Saturday and Sunday in New York City. So I want to make sure that we're staying cool, and any relief we can get from those high temperatures is always a good thing. So mild tonight across much of the south, hitting in the 70s, and tomorrow that warm air starts to work into places like Washington, D.C., 93 on that thermometer. You don't see that too often. But now Brandon's going to take us through our lifestyle forecast.
Yes, 93, that's too hot for me. Now we look over here into our current cameras, we see again those high clouds and some cumulus clouds over the water. Into the Sports Plus, a nice day, nice evening to look at. And if you'd like to go out on the town tonight, looks to be a good night. A mild temperature, 77 around 10 o'clock, and working down a little bit up to 73. So a good night to get out and go for a stroll in College Town, and not really expecting any precipitation, but some nice partly cloudy skies and a great night. Right now, what's going on? We have our FSU baseball tipping off right now. We have 6 p.m. right now. It's 88 degrees, and that will taper down a little bit as we go into the evening overnight hours to 76 around 10 p.m. A slight chance of rain, 20%, but nice partly cloudy skies, so a good night to watch some baseball. Now for tomorrow, women's golf over in Scottsdale, Arizona. If you would like to attend that, you will definitely be roasting like a turkey. It is going to be 95 at 5 p.m. Starting off early and nice and cool, 75, but it will warm up. We have clear skies, no chance of rain, so make sure you have your hat on and your sunscreen as well. And for the res, 86 degrees. It's going to be mostly sunny and a little bit cooler, nice southerly winds at 5 to 10 miles an hour. For the beach, if you like to go and chill on the sand of Panama City, we see air temperature to 83 degrees, 77 for the water. The big story here, UV index of 10, so make sure you do have your sunscreen and some shade as well. And also, we have a high rip current risk, which is, if you like to go on the water, make sure you have your lifeguards nearby as well. And go into the weekend, we see some thunderstorms and showers popping in on Saturday and Sunday, temperatures 84 and 86. Now I'll pass it off to Evan.
Yeah, thanks, Brandon. So we're going to take one last look locally around Tallahassee. So one more look at beautiful Doak Campbell Stadium with that sun still peeking through those high, thin cirrus clouds, still sitting at 87 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. We do still have that southerly breeze at 13 miles an hour, still evecting that moisture northward from the Gulf of Mexico. So still sitting in the upper 80s for much of the area right now. Bainbridge is still our hotspot at 92 degrees, and we have cooler temperatures down by the coast. Apalachicola is sitting in the lower 80s right now. And the big reason why we're feeling this heat so much is because we have those higher dew points. 75 still at Monticello, 75 in Apalachicola, 71 in Sumatra right now, 71 in Perry. So that's why we're really feeling this heat more than we typically do. So overnight tonight, clouds will thicken overnight. We also could see patchy fog in the morning, so keep that in mind. And we also can't rule out that stray shower during the day tomorrow. But heavier showers to our east, so our eastern suburbs will get the brunt of tomorrow's rainfall. But overnight tonight in Tallahassee, we'll see 69 degrees, partly cloudy. We do have that patchy morning fog, so be careful of that. And winds coming out of the south-southwest at 10 to 15 miles an hour overnight tonight. So for the weekend, it looks like kind of an iffy weather-wise weekend, sitting in the lower to mid-80s, but that thunderstorm threat does return, especially for Sunday and Monday, 60% for both of those days. But we warm up gradually as we go throughout the week, sitting in the upper 80s before we get to Tuesday and Wednesday. So the warmth will come back. So if you're into that, please be patient. We'll get there eventually. So we'll bring that heat and humidity back. Make sure you guys follow us on Twitter at twitter.com/FSU Weather. You can also like us on Facebook at facebook.com/FSU Weather. And if you're not already, you can watch us live every weekday, Monday through Thursday on YouTube at youtube.com/FSU Weather. And you can also follow us on Instagram at FSU Weather. So we'll take one last look at Doak Campbell Stadium. I'm Evan O'Regan, and have a great night.